Welcome back to Box of Random Tabletop. Today we're going to be making a character for the Legend of Zelda role-playing game. You should be seeing the character sheet for the alternate character sheet that we use. I have nothing filled out so far, but we'll start filling it out and I'll explain the process a little bit. So when you're making a character, the first thing you want to do is create a generalized concept for what you want your character to be, and so that includes like your character's race, any specific features you want them to have, and their role in the party, and they could be the diplomat or the main tank or the spellcaster in the back. And another thing that you want for this system specifically is your virtue, which is the closest thing this system has to an alignment, but instead of good to evil, lawful and chaotic, it's more about the generalized ideals of your character. Do they strive for power? Do they think courage is most important, or are they wise? So the concept that I came up with was Piskin, the Zora utility archer, and so my job as a utility archer is I can do archery, but my main role in the party is I can do the other things. I can talk to people, I can sneak around. My character's fairly strong and fast, so he can get into weird places that the other characters couldn't get into very well. And the virtue that I chose for my character was courage, because that's just the kind of character I like to play, and he is he likes adventure. That's kind of his thing. He wanders around and he finds things and does what he likes. So the next big step in character creation is to pick which attributes you want to boost. So naturally a character will start with one in all of your attributes. That's the thing on the right side: brawn, agility, guts, wits, and smarts. And then at character creation you get to pick two of them that you think are important to your character. And since my guy is like an adventurer and does a lot of utility, I picked agility and guts, so he can be sneaky and also do endurance tasks. So the next step is to distribute your skill points, and you start with 15 skill points that you can separate with your skills however you like. And so the cost of skill points of skills is the first level costs 1, and the second level costs 2, and then the third level costs 3, and then the fourth level costs 4, and so on and so forth. And so the cumulative cost of 1 is 15, and there are 15 different types of skills. So you could, if you wanted, get 5 in one skill or 1 in every one of the 15 skills, but it's probably not a good idea. For my character, I stretched out my skills a little bit. I have 2 in athletics, 2 in acrobatics, 2 in stealth, 2 in range, 1 in composure, 1 in tools, and 1 in perception. So now that you've defined your attributes and your skills, the next big step is to put down what your resources are. And so this is pretty simple. You have 3 hearts, no matter what, and you have 1 section of magic plus 1 extra for each of your wits, and 1 section of stamina plus 1 extra for each of your guts. So the last step in creating a character is to buy your equipments and techniques. And there is how you buy spells is, it's I believe 30 rupees per MP cost of the spell, and techniques are 20 rupees per stamina cost of the technique. But I did not buy any of those. I bought all of equipment for Piskin, and the starting normally the amount of money you start with is 200 rupees. So with those 200 rupees, I split it into a longbow, which I bought for 50 rupees, leather armor, which I put 40 rupees down for, fire arrows, and a large quiver, which I asked my GM, and he did say that includes arrows. The last thing you need to do, just a reminder, is make sure that you add all of your racials. And since I'm a Zora, I would put in the weakness spot that I take double damage from fire and ice type damage. And I like to put it in the notes. I have adjustable buoyancy, water breathing, hydrodynamics, and electric sense. So now we're going to show you an example combat for the Legend of Zelda role-playing game. And
sorry about the camera setup and stuff and background noises. Our conditions are a little less than optimal right now, so
the sage has joined. Okay, here, this character, this chess piece, is Avery's character.
Piskin. Piskin.
Okay, Piskin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is his skin.
Piskin?
It's Piscin.
Okay.
Like in the Piscine Wyverns?
Yeah.
Yeah, Piskin. Okay, this is Piskin. This is a pretend thing. It's a creepy, shadowy thing that came out of the lake. This is a log, which you can't get over easily, but can see over and perform ranged attacks. This over here is a ranged enemy, and these are stationary enemies. And these two are what's called mooks. A mook is basic enemies, just cannon fodder basically, unless there's large swarms. So, combat begins with initiative.
Oh, shoot, we don't have dice.
I'll roll. What are your dice?
What?
Initiative.
Your
should
number
be
for initiative.
agility.
Agility is 2.
Okay. 2. You're going first.
Okay. So.
No, you roll that number of dice, and whichever team has the larger number of successes goes first.
Collectively?
Collectively.
Okay. So.
So, odds are they're going first.
You're going first.
Okay. Well, I have a range of 10 squares, and he is 10 squares. It's diagonal. This would be 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And just as a side note, each square in this system represents 2 meters.
Yeah. So, this guy is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares away. And since he's the ranged dangerous one, I will roll to hit him, and I have 4 dice.
You got 1 success.
Here. Oh, you just have it there? Okay.
That's 1 success. And so, because of that, what's the damage on your longbow?
It's
Should be with full heart.
yeah, it is.
Okay. I had it on silent.
Probably llama.
Yeah, it is, but yeah, silent and hair. So, the spitter, the ranged attack one that is who he took care of, has been killed. It pops.
Okay, and since that took 2 actions because I'm using a ranged weapon, so I had to aim and then attack.
Yep.
And then
So you can move or prepare your reaction. Well, keep your reaction.
Bank it is what
Bank.
it's called.
It's called bank.
Yeah, I'll just bank my reaction.
Okay. These two mooks are unable to do anything. They're just there to be a threat for if he tries to charge this guy,
The Shadow Man.
who is able to make it and attack.
That guy's fast.
He was sprinting. And also, yes. So I rolled a 5, 6, 1. So that's 2 successes. And that means Avery's character takes.
Well, can't I do a dodge?
You can. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
That's acrobat.
Avery's character has the chance to use his banked action in order to react. With a dodge or a block or a
Dodge.
parry. Attempt to dodge.
And I have, I think, 4 dice because it's agility plus acrobatics.
Okay. You got 1 success, and so you can move to an adjacent space. Okay. And then the turn passes.
Okay, so my turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to sprint for my first action and move 6 squares. And then I will. So that took 1 of my stamina. And then I will aim and shoot him, which I have 4 dice for.
No successes. You would miss entirely.
Dang.
This guy now chooses not to move and raises his hand and attempts to shoot you and succeeds, dealing a half-heart damage if you don't dodge or.
I can't. I don't
You
have a
can't
banked
dodge.
action.
Okay, right, because you moved first.
Okay.
That's. And then that's his turn.
Okay. Well, then I will aim and shoot again.
And you kill him. Nice. So the Shadow Man actually doesn't pop, mysteriously enough.
Okay.
You killed a man. This will haunt you in your dreams forever.
So that's the most basic form of combat. The one-on-one, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
It's typically boring.
You still got the Dekubabas though.
Yeah, they're just gonna chase you down.
I could sprint in range of them almost.
Okay.
I didn't even get to use my fire arrows.
I didn't know you had fire arrows.
Yep, I bought fire arrows.
Nice.
I had to give up my spear
So-
for it.
Yeah, that was more slow and uneventful.
So we should have the first session up on Saturday, and with more people, hopefully it'll go a little bit better. So
One-on-one
we're
is
actually-
just not entertaining.
Yeah, we're actually
Sorry,
about
guys.
to record in about half an hour is when they get here, or is when we start recording. So, all right, see you then.
The next one will be better.